The Grayrigg derailment is remembered as one of the most significant rail accidents in recent UK history. It occurred on the evening of February the 23rd, 2007, when a Virgin Pendolino train travelling from London to Glasgow derailed near the small village of Grayrigg in Cumbria. This tragic accident claimed the life of 84-year-old Margaret Masson and injured 28 others, including the train's driver. Although Pendolino trains were praised for their resilience, this event raised serious concerns about the state of the UK's rail infrastructure at the time. In the lead-up to the derailment, the train was running at around 95 miles per hour when it hit a faulty set of points near the Lambrigg crossover. Points are the movable sections of railway tracks that allow trains to switch between lines. At Grayrigg, the points were in a dangerous state of disrepair. The critical stretcher bars that keep the blades of the points the correct distance apart were either missing or damaged. This failure caused the track to shift out of place, leading to the derailment of the entire train. The investigation that followed, led by the Rail Accident Investigation Branch, RAIB, found that several factors contributed to the incident. Chief among these was the failure to inspect the track properly. Network Rail, the organisation responsible for the maintenance of the UK's railways, admitted that a scheduled visual inspection, which was supposed to take place on the Sunday before the derailment, had been missed. This routine inspection could have identified the defects in the points and possibly prevented the disaster. In addition, a high-speed measurement train had passed over the track just days before the accident, but it was not designed to inspect points for faults at such speeds. It merely captured video footage that could later be reviewed for issues. The RAIB's interim report concluded that the derailment was caused by the failure of the points at Lambrigg. The stretcher bars were found to be either fractured or missing entirely, and nuts and bolts had worked loose over time. Investigators compared the Grayrigg incident to the Potters Bar rail crash of 2002, where faulty points also caused a fatal derailment. This comparison highlighted a recurring issue within Network Rail's track maintenance practices. In response to the Grayrigg disaster, Network Rail took immediate action. They inspected over 700 similar sets of points across the country, making urgent repairs where needed. Despite these efforts, the damage had already been done. Network Rail's chief executive at the time, John Armitt, publicly apologised for the failure of the infrastructure, expressing deep regret for the loss of life and the injuries caused. The organisation was heavily criticised for its lapses in maintenance and inspection, and 3 employees were arrested as part of the investigation, though none were ultimately charged. The aftermath of the derailment also brought praise for the Pendolino train's design. Richard Branson, whose Virgin Trains operated the service, commented that the train had performed like a tank during the derailment. He suggested that, had it been an older train model, the death toll and number of injuries could have been far higher. The Pendolino trains were equipped with advanced safety features, including carriages that resisted crumpling upon impact, which likely helped save lives that night. The consequences of the Grayrigg derailment were far-reaching. Not only did it lead to a re-evaluation of Network Rail's maintenance protocols, but it also spurred changes across the UK's rail network. Inspections became more rigorous, and the process for monitoring the condition of tracks and points was improved. Network Rail introduced more advanced technology and stricter guidelines for visual inspections to ensure that such a tragedy would not happen again. The British rail system is undeniably safer today due to the lessons learned from the Grayrigg derailment. The improvements in maintenance procedures and the introduction of more sophisticated technology have significantly reduced the likelihood of similar accidents. While the tragedy at Grayrigg remains a sombre reminder of the dangers posed by lapses in infrastructure upkeep, it also serves as a catalyst for positive change. Today, passengers can travel with greater confidence, knowing that the UK's railways are among the safest in the world. In conclusion, the Grayrigg derailment was a preventable tragedy that exposed serious flaws in rail infrastructure maintenance. While the loss of life and injury sustained were devastating, the accident ultimately led to improvements that have made UK rail travel much safer. The response to Grayrigg demonstrated that even in the face of tragedy, changes can be made to prevent similar disasters and ensure a safer future for passengers.